love are hanging on me, push and shove. Possession is the motivation that is hanging up the goddamn nation. Looks like they always end up in a rut. Everybody now trying to make it real compared to what? Come on, baby.
Hello, everybody. I'm Dan Pascucci, and welcome to another exciting edition of Everything But the Kitchen Sink, Mansfield Cable Access's premier talk show within our time slot. I always like to say that. It is wonderful to be here. The weather is absolutely spectacular today. As you can see, we're in the summer garb, and it's still only early March, so we're doing something right. My buddy Mark Cook, with his snow budget and his full shed of salt, is doing a big one of these right now, and we're all going to benefit from that. As usual, I like to start the show off with how to get a hold of us, and that's if you'd like to be part of this program in any way, shape, or form. If you'd like to be a guest, would like to recommend a guest, have a question for one of our guests, would like to sit in our beautiful studio audience, have me read something, happy birthday, shout-outs, you name it. The all-purpose way to get a hold of us is through our email account at mansfieldkitchensink@gmail.com. It is right there in front of you, courtesy of the best in the business, Mr. Jack O'Neill, our ACE director. We are also on Facebook at facebook.com/mansfieldkitchensink. Catchy, that's our name. We are on talkmansfield.org, and we have a Twitter now. Figure that out. I don't even go there, but it's a little @ Kitchen Sink TV, and we do Twitter now. So there you go. And in our spare time, we knit low-income housing projects. No, anyways, so that's how you get a hold of us. Again, I want to just weekly plug to our furry little friends down at the Mansfield Shelter, down at 175 Fruit Street. Those are the little beings who, we go everywhere and you see people, with raffle tickets and donations and everything, and then they're out there, and our furry friends are unable to do that, so we like you to think about them a little bit, and you could visit them at mansfieldshelter.org, or you can go down to our beautifully new animal shelter, 100% designed, built, and maintained on your donations. So that's out there. And it's really springy, and of course that spring brings us into what we like to call election season around here, and it's that time of the year, and things are hopping, and what better time to have someone that actually has a little experience being an elected official than our good friend and state representative Jay Barrows. Welcome back.
Thank you. Thanks, Dan. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for taking time out of a very busy schedule. I see you've been running around pretty much all day today.
Yes, we have indeed. And
this is what you do in your spare time.
Today was a great day. We had a YMCA breakfast, our annual Reach Out for Youth and Families campaign, and we had nearly 500 people at the Holiday Inn in Mansfield.
Wow,
and,
can you name them?
I could probably name a couple hundred.
Okay.
But we had a great turnout, great presentation today, and we hope to raise $650,000 to help our kids and families in the area to go to summer camp, get involved in different programs that the Y offers.
That's good. That's a lot of summer camp.
Yeah,
so that's
a
good.
lot of summer camp. And we've got a very generous community that was there, well represented today. So it was
wow. I'm thinking you probably did more than that today.
Well, that, and then I went into Boston and I listened to GATRA. We were at a luncheon around GATRA, the regional transportation system. GATRA is our homegrown folks that help Attleboro, Taunton, and Mansfield. Been instrumental in working with us to get people back and forth, to the train. And Frank Gay, great guy. We've got a good relationship, and so we're at that, and then came back to Mansfield to get a couple other things done, and on the phone with other folks, and just there's a lot of things going on here. So
wow, the only reason you're here is because you wanted a cup of coffee. I know that. This is a good place to come and get one.
Yeah, place to come and relax.
And what happens? We put you in front of a camera.
There you go.
This guy can't win.
Yeah.
Come on. So, anyways, it is election season, and there's a lot of stuff going on. I mean, it doesn't have the feel yet of a true election, especially there's going to be presidential election,
right.
a big national elections. But it just doesn't have that feel for a lot of different reasons, and I'm trying to, I'm at a loss as to why. I don't know if there's the excitement isn't there yet, if it's just too early yet, if
Well, it is still early. I think the mainstream media is doing the best they can to push it.
Well, it's good for them.
Yeah, it's absolutely it's good for them. And if you're one of the primary states, as we just were, but Massachusetts is well decided before the election took place, with our support with Governor Romney. I think he got 73% of the vote here on Tuesday. But I had the opportunity to represent the former governor up in New Hampshire and also up in Maine. So we did some politicking on the road, and it was enjoyable. It was fun.
When you were in New Hampshire, did you get to meet Chris Christie?
I didn't, but I did meet Chris Christie on Monday night.
Oh, you
this
did?
week. Yeah, I was in Boston, and there was an event with Senator Scott
Brown, yeah.
And Chris Christie, and he's quite a character, and it was a pleasure to meet him and say hello.
All you Scott Brown fans out there, and I know there's a few of you, stay tuned. We're working hard.
Good,
okay?
good.
There's a lot, he's a busy guy, but if there's any chance, we're working, we're talking to their people, and they're talking back to us, so that's good.
Good, yeah. No, he's doing a great job. Really proud of him, and proud of where he came from. You know, he's a local guy that started as an assessor and worked his way up to the select board, and then from there to the House of Representatives, and to the Senate,
actually,
stateside.
And you and him share something in common. You actually have real jobs. And,
yeah.
Okay. That's good. That's a good thing to know. Now, you are running for your third term? Fourth term. Fourth term.
Time flies when you're having fun.
Wow.
Fourth term will be up in November.
Wow, very good. Do you know if you have a challenger yet, or is it too early to tell?
Perhaps it's too early to tell. All's been quiet, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe if you find out before I do, you'll call me.
Maybe.
Schedule the debate.
Watch the show.
Okay.
Watch the show. We've actually already had a candidate on for Senate, state Senate here.
Yeah.
Jeff Bailey, and very nice man.
Yeah, good guy. Yeah.
And I take it you've met him.
I have met him. Yeah.
And he's a very nice man. He gave us a great interview and a lot. Give us a lot to think about.
Yeah. Good.
So that's good. And I don't know, maybe it's just not so many seats open, or I don't know what it is. It just doesn't have the same feel as it did last time around.
Well, I think at this point so far, there's probably 80 races out of 160 in the House. I'm not sure of what's happening in the Senate.
Right.
So we'll have to see what happens.
Maybe that's part of it. But now also, we wanted to talk about our district has been realigned a little bit. I wouldn't call it gerrymandered.
No, it was.
It's just realigned a little bit.
A lot simpler. Basically, what I had was precincts 1, 3, and 6 in Mansfield, and now I've got 1, 2, and 6. 6 being the most important because that's where I live. And
you were the big winner now because now you don't have me in your district. So.
I think I just messed up what the numbers were.
Oh, okay.
But we'll figure it out.
Yeah. No, actually, I know what this is. You actually have districts 2, 3, and 6.
I got rid of 1. That's right.
Right. You got rid of 1.
And 4 is with Kafka.
Right. Lou Kafka. Okay. And we've got Betty now is taking precincts 1 and 5.
Okay.
So, and 2 is new to you, and 5 is new to Betty Poirier.
Right.
Okay. That's.
But it's it's interesting. You grew up here. I've lived here all my life. So far. Hopefully a lot longer. My dad was born in Mansfield. My grandfather, same. So we've been around a long time. So, in the way we've served, and I'm sure my constituents will say this. I mean, we didn't say, well, gee, I'm sorry, you're in District 3. That's not mine, or that's Betty's or Lou's. We represent the entire community, and the districts are kind of for the ballot voting, casting. That's all it is.
Well, actually, I don't know if you're aware of this, but you came out with an announcement when this happened and stated that nothing will change for you other than, it's just a voting deal, and you serve all your district.
And that's the same in
you serve
in
all the area.
Right.
So,
and we work together, which is nice to have someone of Representative Poirier's experience and caliber. She's a great lady.
Right.
Lou Kafka has got an important leadership role in Boston, so it's helpful to have him on the same team. And
but he votes against you all the time.
Well, yeah, but
every
that's
time.
Okay.
I don't think I've ever seen him vote with you guys.
We still smile at each other, and he's very cordial in making sure my local bills get out, and he doesn't hold them up in third reading. So I appreciate having him there and that respect we have for each other.
Now, plus you've enlisted some new help along the way. You've got George Ross.
Yep, from Attleboro. George is doing a great job. He's finishing up his first term, and he's announced the other night that he's running for re-election. He had a kickoff on Saturday. Shauna O'Connell down in Taunton is great. We've got Dan Winslow to the north up in Norfolk. So he's been a big help. Steve Howitt, of course. Steve and I share Norton together with currently with Betty, and Steve and I soon will be the only 2 representatives in Norton, so they go from having 3 to 2.
Well, with the exception of Dan Winslow, they've all been guests on this show.
Oh, really?
Yes. Yep. And Shauna actually takes the cake. She has been on 4 times.
Wow.
4 times she's been on. So she and you know, she's I'll tell you, she has really made a name for herself down there.
Yeah, she's done a good job.
And she's made a name for herself, I guess, on the State House and also.
Yep. Yeah, working to try to do some welfare reform with the EBT cards and the SNAP
we did a whole
benefits.
program on that with her. She came down here, and that's one of her deals that she's been working, I guess. And she did reference you on that, how helpful you had been. And, you know, she had quite a laundry list of people that were really working with this.
Right.
And hopefully we can get some movement on that. And I guess at the last point in time, she was waiting for the governor to kind of get going. There was a due date that's in April.
Yep.
And he hadn't, you know, they had to like really get him going to, you know, he had to put a committee together. Yeah,
and that has been, I think, past practice with the governor, that we've had a number of committees where he has an appointment or 2 in the House and Senate, and it doesn't seem to be high on his priority list to get these commissions going and make the changes
that's like
necessary.
The story that came out this week, I guess, about the unemployment abuses, and you know, I guess he filed a bill, but I mean, it just doesn't seem like his heart was in it. It really didn't cover all the abuses, and even the director of the Department of Employment and Training was kind of hoping for something a little more.
Well, yeah, apparently, you know, every single, on the municipal side, every single case has been approved. Anybody that's asked for it.
Yeah.
So folks that are retired from municipal or state government and then go out and earn additional income up to the certain cap, and then once they hit the cap, they say, I'm unemployed, and they go along and collect unemployment. And the unemployment doesn't count against the cap. Well, just an abuse of the system. You know, people are taking advantage in gaming and all that. And again, we're fortunate in our area. Our unemployment rate is well below the state average and well below the national average. We're doing fairly well. Still got some holes to fill. Still got some things to do.
What's the unemployment rate around here, roughly?
5.2.
5.2%. That's my numbers. So that works out good.
Yep.
Wow,
yep.
You should do this for a living. This is good stuff. You know, this is
well,
great
I
stuff.
just got, and I'll leave this with you tonight. I was at the Southeastern Regional Planning District. Just did a comprehensive economic development strategies report for 2012, and the data that they used, a lot of is off the census. Yep. But you know, Mansfield, we're in Bristol County. We're the top end of Bristol County. We are the premier community in Bristol County, without a doubt, bar none. Our average median household income is $95,000 or $94,529 a year through 2010. Public transportation, we're using the train at 9.6%. We've got people that are traveling about 33 minutes to work, and we've got total employment of 10,572. But the point is this what Mansfield has done in terms of planning, and we're back planning again with Dr. Mullen, looking at downtown, working with the schools on a 5-year strategic plan. The community has been engaged and involved. We've got a community gathering on the 31st of March at 9 in the morning to sit down and listen to Dr. Mullen and some of the changes that he sees we might need to take. But Mansfield's always been in the forefront of investing in master plans, having a professional lead the planning board. The planning board members have been great. Industry's been strong. We've got a strong Tri-Town Chamber of Commerce.
Yep, they've been here too.
Been here all the way through, and I've got a great group of folks that have formed a regional coalition along the lines of industrial development. We've been working with some large employers with tax increment financing, and things are going really, really well. And to see what has been happening, it's been pretty good news down here. So
well, that's good.
Keeping it going, and I know that we're viewed as kind of the gem of Bristol County, as well as we're at the State House. Listen to some of the things other places are going through.
I think a lot of that has got to do with our elected leaders. I really do. I think it's a team effort.
Absolutely.
It's a total package. And I got to stop for a minute because something did come up I do want to make mention of, and it's our illustrious Board of Selectmen last night. By the time you see this, it'll be kind of older news. But they, when they're wrong, I'm all over them. When they're right, I'm going to tell them. And they hit one out of the park last